Right now on 13 Action News Live at 11, a teen is fighting for their life after a two-vehicle wreck. It happened near Washburn and 5th Street in North Las Vegas. And that's where we find 13 Action News reporter Aaron Drawhorn. And Aaron, what else can you tell us?
Well, Tom, let's set the scene first. This is right near Mojave High School. If you're familiar with this area, North Las Vegas police just cleared the scene, but you can see what's left behind here in the intersection of Washburn and North 5th. Police say this may be a triple threat of running a red light, speed, and possible drunk driving. Let's go to videotape fed into the newsroom just moments ago. North Las Vegas police say a black car was traveling north on 5th Street, apparently blew right through a red light, slamming into that gray Hyundai. 16-year-old was a passenger in the gray car. He suffered some critical injuries, immediately rushed to UMC, now, according to North Las Vegas police, in the fight of his life. The black car, again, the cause of the crash, according to investigators, had two people inside. Police say speed and alcohol may be factors, but ultimately it's going to be the toxicology results that determine that. Back live here. Every single person, two in each car, suffered some degree of injury in this accident. But again, the big concern is with that 16-year-old boy. Critical injuries, now at UMC, undergoing emergency surgery at this hour. We'll keep you posted as police complete their investigation. For now, we are live in North Las Vegas. Aaron Drawhorn, 13 Action News.
A day after 10 people were gunned down at a high school in Santa Fe, Texas, a group gathers here in Las Vegas with the 1 October shooting here still fresh on their minds. 13 Action News reporter Aaron Drawhorn reports this latest act of violence has people pounding the pavement and is triggering familiar debate.
7.5 months after the October 1st carnage here that claimed 58 innocent lives. 3 months after 17 perished in Parkland, Florida. And a day after the Santa Fe, Texas shooting where 8 students and 2 teachers were shot dead in cold blood.
Jared Black.
The victims from the Texas tragedy remembered in downtown Las Vegas, and that's not all.
We deserve better than thoughts and prayers.
More calls for change.
We also believe in the Second Amendment. We just believe that students shouldn't be shot and killed in their schools, and schools should be a safe place for students to learn at.
These students, families, and politicians say they've been ready for reform, tougher background checks, and more.
Getting assault rifles and military-like weapons out of the hands of citizens.
This is a vigil with a viewpoint.
Talk is not enough.
Opinions not everyone shares.
It's not all about the guns.
Scott Crawford came from Oakland for a revival and to do some street preaching on Fremont.
This violence is connected with a breakdown of morality in this country. And we have taken God out of everything.
No matter the side and no matter where the gun debate battleground goes next, passions remain high. Aaron Drawhorn, 13 Action News.
All schools in Santa Fe, Texas will be closed through Tuesday as the community continues to mourn the 10 people killed in that shooting massacre at Santa Fe High School. 13 others were wounded, including a school police officer who remains in stable but critical condition. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Herr.
A community uniting and rallying around the families heartsick over their lost loved ones. Honoring 2 teachers, Cynthia Tisdale and Glenda Ann Perkins, along with 8 students killed in the rampage. Chris Stone, Aaron McLeod, Kimberly Vaughn, Shauna Fisher, Sabika Sheikh, an exchange student from Pakistan, along with Christian Garcia, Jared Black, and Angelique Ramirez.
Angelique, she was a very funny person, and she was very loved.
13 others are still recovering from injuries, including school police officer John Barnes from gunshot wounds. The alleged shooter, 17-year-old Demetrios Pagorchis, is now behind bars, charged with capital murder.
He is in a place where I'm not sure what he understands.
Lawyers for the suspect telling ABC News the shotgun and pistol police say the teenager used in the shooting were locked in a gun cabinet, and his parents had no idea of their son's alleged plan.
They didn't know, they didn't expect, and they surely couldn't have predicted.
While authorities continue to investigate why this happened, an outpouring of support for the grieving community from across the country, including an offer from NFL player J.J. Watt of the Houston Texans, stepping up and offering to pay for all of the funerals set to begin in the coming days.
Elizabeth Herr reporting there. The suspect, in the meantime, is being held in solitary confinement on suicide watch. His attorney saying the teen is still very much in shock himself. Well, right now, traffic is building up on the 15 in North Las Vegas as thousands head to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for EDC. You're taking a look right there at the live conditions right now near 15 and Lamb, where the backup is around at least 45 minutes. Check it out right there. Heavy traffic delays are also expected near the Spaghetti Bowl this weekend. The 95 at the 15 is closed for Project Neon and is set to be back open again Monday morning.
And temperatures didn't look too bad this afternoon. Our high was 94 degrees. Average for this time of year is 90. So we ran a little bit warm, but not terribly above average for this time of year. Here is your weather for your watch parties. Mostly cloudy skies expected. Temperatures at 87 degrees at the start of the game, right around 90 by the time the game ends. And do expect some breezes if you're going to be outside watching the game. And we've been tracking that system that brought us the mountain showers. Some little sprinkles around mainly western portions of the valley. We're going to track that for you hour by hour and tell you if those can make a comeback, whether or not we could see some sprinkles, maybe light rain here in the valley, and a cool down coming, how cool it'll be in your neighborhood and when in your 13 First Alert forecast.
All right, thanks, Carla. Well, to Hawaii now, where another eruption from the summit of Kilauea is fueling concerns. This all comes as lava is still pouring out from some of the 22 cracks in the earth, threatening dozens of homes. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is on the Big Island.
Tonight, raging rivers of molten rock closing in and destroying 4 more homes.
It's incredible. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
The fast-moving lava flow covering a roadway, trapping several people on the other side. Rescuers forced to go in by helicopter to pull them to safety. 22 fissures have now opened here in this corner of Hawaii's Big Island in the past 2 weeks.
This is one of the latest fissures to open, and it is just incredible to see this massive fountain, the earth underneath just pulsating.
Some quieting down, only to burst open yet again.
And this is fissure number 17. It's been the most active, spraying lava like this now for almost a week. And that hissing, roaring, and the booms coming from this thing can be heard for miles.
25 miles away at the summit of Kilauea, yet another explosive eruption overnight like this one, spraying ash 7,000 feet into the air.
I am thinking that this is the new norm.
Residents ready for the potential this volcanic emergency may not end for weeks.
That was Marcy Gonzalez reporting there from Hawaii, and officials are bracing for the possibility of more evacuations as that lava spreads. Well, the Golden Knights are now just 1 game away from clinching a trip to the Stanley Cup Final.
Here comes Riley Smith. Morrissey hustling back. Smith shoots. He scores!
There it is. The Knights beat the Winnipeg Jets 3-2 to go up 3-1 in the conference finals. The Knights will play their next game tomorrow in Winnipeg, and if they win, they'll then go to the Stanley Cup Final. And if you want to watch, there will be a huge free watch party at Toshiba Plaza outside T-Mobile Arena tomorrow. The puck drops at noon. And a pretty cool announcement coming from Dick's Sporting Goods. If the Golden Knights head to the Stanley Cup Final, knock on wood, it'll extend store hours. That means plenty more time to search for the perfect gear. Stores will open at 6 a.m. Monday morning. There are 2 locations here in the Valley, one at Fashion Show Mall and the other one at Galleria. Well, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are now officially a royal couple. Their ceremony in the big day was filled with tons of pomp and circumstance. ABC's Molly Hunter introduces us to the new Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
She took our breath away for the second time today. The new Duchess of Sussex, stunning in a Stella McCartney evening dress, and the new Duke of Sussex behind the wheel of a silver blue 1968 Jaguar. They're driving to the hottest ticket in town, a reception for about 200 people at Frogmore House. But tens of thousands took part in the celebrations earlier and got a glimpse of Meghan's first outfit of the day, her Givenchy wedding dress.
This was the most human and the most touching. I have to say I had tears in my eyes when she first entered the church.
And so did Harry, whispering to his bride, "You're amazing. I am so lucky." Michael Curry, the Chicago bishop, shaking up tradition at St. George's Chapel.
Imagine this tired old world when love is the way, when love is the way, unselfish, sacrificial, redemptive. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me?
I, Harry, take you, Meghan.
I, Meghan, take you, Harry.
To be my wife.
To be my husband.
Till death us do part.
Till death us do part.
Doria, the bride's mother, right there, and on the way out, a gospel choir belting out "This Little Light of Mine," an anthem of the civil rights movement. and that fairy tale moment that we and, well, everyone else in the world waited for all day. And that party, of course, will go into the wee hours tonight. We also noticed Meghan was wearing Princess Diana's iconic aquamarine ring, a lovely tribute to Harry's mom, who, of course, was there in spirit today. Molly Hunter, ABC News at Windsor Castle.
Congrats to the royal couple there. And of course, being the wedding capital of the world here in Las Vegas, we went all out for the royal wedding as well. A pajama watch party was held at Topgolf bright and early at 4 a.m. this morning. People noshed on donuts, finger sandwiches, and also sipped on tea and coffee. Well, caught on camera, 2 window washers are lucky to be alive after an explosion causes their scaffolding to collapse.
Oh no!
Saved the pair from falling. And officials revealed new information in a deadly plane crash in Cuba as 3 people who survived the fiery crash are clinging to life. We'll be right back. Caught on camera, close call high above the ground in Atlanta, the sudden explosion causing a scaffold collapse and a worker dangling from his safety line. Here's ABC's Will Carr.
Oh no!
This explosion rocking Midtown Atlanta Friday night after the scaffolding holding 2 window washers broke.
Is he safe?
Leaving both men dangling in the air 38 stories high.
I saw that scaffolding snap, and I'm looking at him swinging back and forth.
As witnesses looked on in fear, the only thing keeping the men from plummeting to the ground, their harnesses. Take another look. According to authorities, the platform snaps, hangs, hits a large power line, and then explodes.
Oh no!
Flames shoot out from the rigging just inches from the workers hanging on for dear life. Tense moments played out as the men swayed dozens of stories above Atlanta's snarled rush hour traffic. The 2 workers finally able to pull themselves to safety.
One was able to put his feet on the railing below him, and then so one got up on one balcony.
Tonight, investigators trying to figure out exactly how this happened.
Somehow, some way, part of their rigging collapsed or broke or snapped.
Will Carr reporting there. Amazingly, the workers made it safely to the ground with only minor injuries. A new drug designed to fight chronic migraine attacks could be on the market within a week. The FDA approved Aimovig on Thursday. It's designed to reduce the frequency of migraines that affect about 12% of Americans. The drug works by blocking the activity of a genetic molecule involved in migraine attacks. Patients will be able to administer Aimovig through monthly injections at home. The drug requires a prescription, and it's expected to come with a price tag of $575 a month. Federal authorities are investigating after a man allegedly punched a deaf pregnant woman and her service dog on an airplane. It happened Thursday on a Frontier Airlines flight from Colorado Springs to Orlando. The man supposedly complained that the Great Dane took up too much space and was agitating his wife's allergies. When the dog went to stand up, he hit the dog. Hazel Ramirez and her husband then got into an argument with the man, which turned physical when he reportedly punched Hazel in the stomach. The FBI is working to determine what charges, if any, should be filed. Cuba is observing 2 days of mourning after a deadly plane crash just outside Havana. The plane went down just after takeoff, erupting in a towering fireball. More than 100 people are dead. ABC's Victor Oquendo reports just 3 people were pulled from the wreckage, and tonight they're clinging to life.
Tonight, the staggering death toll climbing in Cuba. 110 now dead, and investigators are still trying to figure out why this plane plummeted from the sky. The fireball and smoke could be seen for miles in Havana. Cubans rushing to the crash site just moments after the 737 went down and erupted in flames Friday. Among the dead, 20 priests from an evangelical church. Somehow, 3 people were pulled from the fiery wreckage alive. They're now fighting for their lives inside this hospital. This woman saying her daughter Emily is one of those survivors. Now she's clinging to her faith in God and her doctors. But dozens of other families crowded into the airport terminal, eager for updates on their loved ones, but hope is dwindling as Cuba State TV begins posting photos of victims on their Facebook page. A towering stack of black coffins on the back of this truck. These men carefully unloading one after the other for the victims.
That was Victor Oquendo reporting. Officials say they found the flight recorder in the wreckage, and they're now going through the data. First Lady Melania Trump is back at the White House after she underwent a kidney procedure on Monday. Her office says she had been experiencing an issue that was described as benign. She was recovering at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. The First Lady's communication director says Trump is in high spirits.
Now, 13 First Alert weather.
Well, it was a slow but steady climb over the past week back to the mid-90s, but we're actually going to see temperatures closer to that very, very soon. Now, whatever you're doing outside, whether you're going to a watch party, maybe taking the pooch for a walk, going to be a nice day. Expect mostly cloudy skies and breezy winds in the afternoon. Highs are going to top out in the low 90s, maybe a degree or two cooler than we saw this afternoon. 92 the official high, that's the forecast. 92 in North Las Vegas, 90 Centennial Hills. Summerlin, our usual cool spot, expected in the upper 80s, and Boulder City at 93 degrees. Now, if you're doing something outdoors, maybe up in the mountains, it's going to be a lovely day. 85 degrees. Do note you are going to have breezy winds tomorrow afternoon, especially if you're planning on any boating. Maybe a problem. Southerly winds at 20 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon, and a temperature of 91 in Lake Mead, again with mostly cloudy skies. There's that system we were tracking this afternoon, brought some showers to the mountains and just some light rain to the west side, mainly Summerlin and up in Centennial Hills. We do have another slight shot at it tomorrow, but I think it's not as good as we saw this afternoon. Nevertheless, I think it'll stick to the mountains, anything that we see for tomorrow. But Monday, we do see a thick layer of clouds as the system continues to push through the area, and our higher elevations are going to have the best opportunities. But as we head into the evening and even overnight hours, there is the chance that some of that could come down into the valley. I think for the most part, it's going to be sprinkles and light rain if it does brush down into the valley. But nevertheless, the chance lasts into Tuesday morning. That's at 9 a.m. And even in the afternoon, this is 1 o'clock, still that possibility. Also, we'll be dealing with a little bit of nuisance wind for tomorrow. We're going to see, particularly in southern portions of the valley, winds between about 10 and 15 miles per hour sustained, gusts to about 30, not only tomorrow, but also on Monday. So some nuisance wind on those 2 days, but then down to about 20 on Tuesday and Wednesday. Allergy forecasts are pretty much going to remain in the moderate category, although we do see a little bit of relief on Tuesday. There's your 13 First Alert 7-day planner. Breezy winds over the next couple of days, but there's your cool down. We're back in the mid-80s. On Monday, we have a slight chance for maybe some light rain, some sprinkles around the valley with that system that's rolling through. Still upper 80s on Tuesday, so still below average for this time of year. We'll start the warm-up on Wednesday, and take a look. By Friday and Saturday, we're going to be flirting with triple-digit heat. Some parts of the valley should make it up to 100 by next weekend. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Carla. Well, if you're looking for a four-legged friend to join your family, the Animal Foundation is hosting a free adoption weekend through Sunday. Look how cute they are. You can adopt all cats and dogs 6 months and older for free. That includes the cost of a spay or neuter surgery, a microchip, and vaccines. Well, it's a growing problem that could soon have an impact on air travel. Airports are losing air traffic controllers faster than they can replace them, and the issue could have potentially disastrous consequences. And don't forget to download KTNV Mobile. It's in the App Store and Google Play. It's free and lets you watch 13 Action News video anywhere you have mobile service. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, people change their jobs all the time, but when they can't be replaced right away, that can be a problem, especially when it comes to catching your next flight. We're not talking about pilots, we're talking about air traffic controllers. Scripps investigative reporter Jace Larson is breaking down the numbers and the impact.
They're the ones keeping the skies moving. Every day, more than 2.2 million passengers arrive mostly on time. Beneath all the flights that go in and out of airports every day, there's a growing problem.
Right now, we're at a 30-year low of certified controllers in the system.
Here's why the FAA has a problem. They're losing people faster than they can replace them. Last year, 1,848 controllers left the job. The FAA hired 1,880 new people to be controllers. We broke down some of the numbers and found only 1,145 actually passed the Control Training Academy and became controllers.
Controllers are working more and more overtime, then safety will become an issue, and unfortunately, the only thing that might remedy it might be some kind of incident where it will raise awareness of safety, and then they'll take a closer look at the numbers.
Carmen Reel knows the pressures of being up in the tower. He was an air traffic controller for a few decades. Now he teaches at Metro State University of Denver.
Sometimes you're going to work a midnight shift and then a day shift and then an evening shift, and that can lead to a controller that's not working at a fine edge anymore.
Paul Rinaldi is the president of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association. He says we've already seen problems stemming from not having enough controllers.
We have seen some situations last summer where we didn't have enough controllers at the facility, where airlines did cancel flights.
The next several years, according to the FAA's own projections, don't show an easy fix. The FAA tells me they've exceeded their hiring goals and they will keep hiring.
Well, we're trying to keep up with attrition, and we haven't been able to do that.
Right now, at any given moment, there are around 2,500 controllers who are getting ready to retire.
You will have some delays on the ground, maybe even holding in the air, depending on what the staffing looks like at the facility.
I'm Jace Larson reporting.
A different approach to how we seek treatment for medical conditions is now being tested, and not only could the new direction be a time saver, it could cost you less. We'll be right back. Well, these days we're always looking for ways to cut the cost of medical care, and the next big idea could be just around the corner. Kumasi Aaron is looking at one idea being tested right now. It's called integrated care, giving you more power as a patient and saving you both time and money. You can just test it.
It might seem like just another phone call.
Dr. Gorey, this is Richard Hughes Finley. How are you?
In just another office.
I can.
But when Richard Hughes Finley's daughter was having an allergic reaction, this space helped her get help fast.
My wife had called me and talking about my daughter having a allergic reaction. So normally how that worked is I would rush home, try to get there, and then usually we'd go to either urgent care or the ER and try to figure out what was going on.
Instead, he got on this computer and in minutes was connected to a doctor.
He confirmed that we needed to give her the Benadryl and then monitor it because she only had one zone that was reacting, and then if it exploded or got worse, then we could give her the EpiPen and then take her to the ER.
Richard's daughter wasn't seen by a doctor in person, but her issue was solved, all without him having to leave his job.
And once it subsided, I went back to work.
With just a few steps, Richard can go from here to here, the Kaiser Permanente integrated care room that's been set up at his work. Here, he can connect with the doctor by chat, phone, or even video.
Will this work like on the top of this shirt, or will I need to try to get this sleeve up?
The doctor can help employees take their temperature and even their blood pressure.
146/77, 81 beats per minute.
They have access to all the patient's medical records so they can give a complete assessment and even make a follow-up appointment. Do you think this is where healthcare is going?
Yes, I do.
Dr. Pierre Onda helped develop this pilot program to test a new concept in healthcare. His team has found virtual care can often be more efficient than in-person treatment.
There's maybe 50 to 60% of the problems that people are coming in can be addressed through that venue.
On the temple or...
Other factors, cost and convenience. We pay more for in-person visits, and he says making it easier to connect with your doctor makes it easier for your doctor to provide excellent care.
To me, this is just a way where I can extend the care that I already do more conveniently for my patients.
Just right here?
Mixing old school care with new age technology.
98.6.
Changing the standard for convenient care. I'm Kumasi Aaron reporting.
Carla has a final check of your forecast, but right now here's a live look out at the valley on this Saturday night. You're watching 13 Action News, where we bring you breaking news fast and first. We'll be right back.
First alert 7-day planner, 92 degrees tomorrow. Breezy winds, so a little nuisance wind Sunday and Monday. Slight chances for rain in the forecast on Monday, Tuesday. If I had to put a number on it, about a 10% chance. A little bit of a cool down, mid 80s on Monday. Will remain in the upper 80s on Tuesday, and then a big warm up as we head through the rest of the week.
Looks good. Get out there and enjoy it. Maybe watch the Golden Knights game tomorrow, noon.
Great weather. It'll be mostly cloudy, so it won't feel too hot.
All right, well, go Knights go. Well, that's our 13 Action News live at 11. We're always on at ktnv.com, our mobile app, our Roku channel. From all of us here at Channel 13, have a good night, and thanks for watching.